Hello everybody. I haven't made a video for a while because the weather's been so horrible here, and so I thought I'd make one on my Turbo X. I actually just got my injectors for it so we could get it tuned with this new turbo, 550cc. So happy that will be coming here soon, but I just wanted to show you all that I've done to it since I bought it. It's coming up on the 2-year mark that I've owned it, and I've done quite a few things. You wouldn't even recognize it as the old car. And so I'm going to show you guys the pictures of when I got it and to what it looks like now. So let's get this thing out of the garage and let's see all the changes that has happened. Okay guys, here is the Turbo X. As you can see, it's stock looking, but it has some nice little features. So the old picture is right here. And as you can see, quite ugly. Plasti dip on the wheels, which looked horrible. I didn't know why they did that, but then I soon realized, which I'll tell you guys here now, and it just was not in the best condition. So starting off with the wheels, these wheels are still Turbo X wheels, but they're 19-inch, which only was an option in Europe. I did have these shipped here from Europe and had them refinished once I got them. They do look wonderful. And the reason why I got new wheels, one, I've always wanted 19-inch, but two, because the old ones were plasti dipped. I got the plasti dipped off. They're actually in good condition, but I had one wheel that was cracked. And that is why they plasti dipped it, because I couldn't see the crack with the plasti dipped on. So I did keep it for a spare. It doesn't leak or anything, but as you can see, it's cracked. So I just use it for a spare, have it in here for a spare. And then if something ever happens, you know, I have full-size wheel I could throw on it to get me to wherever I need to. So as you can see, 19-inch Turbo X wheels. I believe there's about 6 sets here in the United States that people have brought over. Next thing you guys can see from the previous pictures that I painted the calipers and then I put the Saab logo on them. And I think it just helps with, it just looks super cool. You know, they just have 345mm front brakes, and so I thought, you know what, might as well make them pop out. We'll start with the outside. Also, I added these visors, and I think they look nice. Gives it kind of more of an aggressive look in my eyes. And then I've added my Max and body kit, which I have a video on, so check that out if you guys want to see how that was to install. It's pretty easy. And then another thing I did was it had rust right here in this quarter panel, and so I had it cut out and I had it a new piece welded in and repainted, and it turned out perfect. So I'm happy with that. I added a little spoiler on the rear glass, and I think it looks great. And up front, you can see I got the Hirsch grills for it. So quite a bit. I did, of course, clean up the headlights because they were very, very faded when I got them, and I just sanded them down, and that took care of that issue. And then anything else on the outside, I don't think I've done anything else. Oh yes, yeah, I did actually. So this rear bumper is actually from another Turbo X I had that was wrecked, that I was selling, that I was gonna fix, and then it was pretty bad, so I wasn't able to fix it. So I just sold parts and swapped parts into this one. So I added the rear parking assist. It's called Saab Parking Assistance, I think is what its name is. with the bumper. So added that, super easy to do, Tech 2 little module. not bad at all. And then other than that, on the outside, I believe everything else is how I got it. You know, the paint was actually pretty decent. I definitely needed a good cleaning, but I need to get the front bumper repainted still, just because it's pitted from rocks. And they also plastic dipped all the grills, and so I took that off, and that's not perfect. They're pitted as well, so a little repaint would be nice. But for the outside, that's really it. The interior is also completely different from when I got it. Yes, it's still a Turbo X, but floor mats were in here. These seats are actually out of a different Turbo X because they are in a lot better condition than the ones I had. They practically are brand new. The car had 50,000 miles on it that I swapped these out of, and they look fantastic. Same with the driver's seat. And this one did not have the memory seats when I originally bought it, and these are all memory seats now. So I've added those, swapped the entire interior out, and you could see here's a picture of the old interior. Here's a few pictures. And then I also added the interior back here as well, from another Turbo X I had, because it had the rear center backrest. And even though I don't ever use it, it's just kind of cool to have because you don't see them very often on these sedans at all. And so this is actually out of another Turbo X I had. So I've actually had 3 Turbo X's, and this one is by far my favorite because it's a manual. Another thing, as you can see from the old pictures, it was not bad inside, it was just dirty and clean. I added navigation, which I bought online, and put that in, got the correct wiring harness, and super easy to do, and it makes it look so much nicer. I've also added a different steering wheel I bought from the UK. I believe it's a map tune. It's just more aggressive. I still have my Turbo X steering wheel, but all wrapped up in plastic just to keep it. And then I also added this new shift boot just because I like the embroidered 9.3 Turbo X on it, and it just looks nice. This car did come with a short shifter from genuine Saab. That's what it has. So it did come with all that already, luckily. And I've also added on the interior, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see them, but I've added lights. And that's a kit that Saab parts sells. I'll link it in the description. And what else have I added? I believe for the most part that's it. I did put a sun strip on it. It was already tinted, so I didn't have to tint it, luckily. But pedals, of course. I'll get to the other side to get a better picture. But not a ton has changed. Yes, I did swap out the interior and added a couple little nicer things, but pretty much all the same. See, as you can see, this is memory seats now, and there's no rips, no tears. They are in great condition. So, and I bought this car with, I believe, 152,000 miles on it, and I'm now at 157,000 miles on it. So I put 5,000 miles on it in the last 2 years, and I did drive to SOC, and that's where most of my miles came from. And other interior things, this isn't just, it's just software, but it says prepare for takeoff instead of, oh, of course I'm gonna say that, that's from the tune. But it says ready for takeoff instead of the one that says all systems go. And that's just changing that with the Tech 2, programming it for a different country, and you get the other countries. Here, I'll turn that off, it's probably annoying. And you get the other countries, but since I have errors, my tires say are low, and limited performance from, and needs tuned with this larger turbo keeps throwing codes with the map tune stage 3 because it is flowing a lot more error than it should be on their tune. So I'm gonna get a new tune. I just got my injectors, so that's coming soon. I also added Bluetooth module. You guys can check that video out. And I've had a lot of people say it does not work on the other stereos. Some people say it does on just the base model ones. So it's just hit or miss. But on the navigations, I've heard only success. So hopefully, if you guys do have a navigation, want to play music with your phone wirelessly through Bluetooth, then check out that video. Next, let's go under the hood. I don't have any old pictures of under the hood. Everything's pretty much the same, other than when I got this car, I got it from an auction, and it had some timing issues. The timing chains have been done, but they weren't done correctly, so I retimed it. You can also see that video, and it's been nothing but great from now. But so it did have a, I think it had the I had a DOA 8 on here, and then I liked it. I liked the looks of it, but I wanted the genuine Saab one. And I'm gonna get this powder coated though. Disregard that peeling, drives me nuts. But then I just like the bigger filter, and this one does hold a bigger filter, so it's pretty much a genuine Saab with a different filter. And it also has a strut brace. And I was making these, but I just ran out of time, and I just haven't had time to get them back and working on them again. So also, what else I've changed is, of course, the timing chains have been done. Of course, a 20G turbo, all the blow-off valve or bypass valve, wastegate. But this car did come with a larger intercooler. I don't know if you guys could see that, but it has an intercooler. I don't know. Yeah, you can't see, but I don't know exactly what it is. I believe it was from JZW, and it also has a different clutch in it. So now it's done previously from when I bought it. And I got in contact with one of the original owners, and he told me what he's done to it. So it has quite a lot of upgrades. It's just the timing chains is why it was in auction. No one figured it out. They tried all these different things with the wiring, and it wasn't running. It would run, but not correctly. And then all I had to do is retime it, and everything was brand new when I did it. So after I retimed it, it worked perfectly. So engine-wise, it has a map to stage 3. And then it has a little genuine Saab, a little bushing down there as well, which helps. And other things I've done is the exhaust is just a downpipe, catless downpipe and catless midpipe. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've done. I'm sure there's a lot of little things, but nothing in particular that, would pop out. Just your typical water pump, just maintenance, service the manual transmission, the all-wheel drive when I got it, and so I did all that. And I think that is really it. I don't know if I've done really anything else other than, just wash it, take care of it, clean it, and then drive it. The brakes, I did do, of course, the sway bar links, lower control arms, new struts all the way around. Yeah, let's talk about the springs. So I did the, if you could see that, I did get rid of the self-leveling shocks, and it lowered it about 1 inch. So it's a 10-inch spring with a 1-inch spacer and Bilstein B6 shocks. And on the front is just aero springs. So that made a big difference on handling. It drives so much nicer. And it's a blast to drive, especially once I get it retuned. It's actually a really clean car underneath, not a lot of rust at all. It did have that rust on the rear quarter panel, which is now gone, and it turned out perfect. The guy who did it just painted all my stuff, and he does a fantastic job. And then I also had to replace the 2 rear window regulators, and that was, just pretty easy stuff. I'll show you the back of it. I did also add the VSIM out of a 2009, and that's back there. And that is so I could have Bluetooth calling as well, so it works in conjunction with the other device I have for the music. And so I have calling and music, and it works flawlessly. So that's just kind of nice. I don't use it, but I don't use the calling part really because it's not the best quality, but it does have the option now. But yeah, the car is, for 157,000 miles, it is literally so clean. I have 1 door ding left to get removed, and after that, then I'll have no door dings. I'm just gonna get the hood and bumper repainted to fix those little pits, and I want to add power folding mirrors, as well as I would like to add a backup camera just to make it a little bit more modern. And other than that, I'm just gonna enjoy it. It's been a great car. I've been working a lot on my those 3 vehicles over there and my other truck, and so I always have lots of projects going on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked the transition and you have enjoyed the content. Hopefully I'll be having some more put out, so it's not so random when I do it. It's just been busy and the weather's been so horribly here. But the car itself is doing great. Can't wait to get it tuned and put those injectors in, which I'll have a video on that. And we'll compare the map tune stage 3 and the new tune I'm using, Sky Tuning, which is a guy named Andrew Walnick, and he's super famous in the Saab community about the tuning. So it has a 22 turbo, 550cc injectors, so it should be pretty quick. And then we'll go to the dyno and see exactly how much power it will put down. But thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support you guys give me. Hopefully you guys will be seeing a lot more of my videos and I won't be so slow about uploading them. But have a good rest of your day. See you later.